This is Lieutenant General Sir Francis Tucker alongside a map of Eastern Command. Tucker provides insight into the last 2 years of British rule in India during 1946 and 1947. He held the post of General Officer Commanding-in-Chief of the Eastern Command, a vast territory. Tucker explains the unique standpoint of Indian Army officers, whose intimate knowledge of India and its people often surpassed observers. This account captures the watch and ward role of the Indian Army over India during a time of immense tension and looming change. Footage from political rallies and the arrival of the cabinet mission paints a picture of a nation in flux. General Tucker describes how the army was thrust into internal security duties post-World War II. The British military stance of detachment was misinterpreted by key political figures. A growing divide between Hindus and Muslims loomed larger than any other challenge, threatening to fracture the mixed regiments of the Indian Army and the country itself. Tucker foresaw the necessity to reorganize the army into communal units to avoid internal collapse. Photographic documentation of the Indian National Army and the subsequent Red Fort trials highlight another strain on the military. Tucker recalls encountering INA soldiers who had surrendered in Burma, branded as oath-breakers who turned on their comrades. The first trial, held jointly for a Muslim, Sikh, and Hindu at Delhi's Red Fort, was heavily criticized by Tucker as it rallied political opposition against the army, eroding discipline and trust among loyalists. The leniency shown baffled and incensed loyal soldiers. Depictions of riots and the aftermath of Calcutta's violence reflect the rising unrest by early 1946. Soldiers returned from Indonesia, influenced by nationalist sentiment there, amid complaints over pay, rations, and demobilization leading to mutinies in the Navy and Air Force. February saw anti-British riots in Calcutta spiral into chaos. Overburdened police required military aid as order crumbled. The cabinet mission's arrival in March offered brief respite amidst persisting tensions, fueled by media and political discourse. Visuals of the devastation post-Great Calcutta killing paint a grim picture. The formation of an interim government in August sparked the horrific Direct Action Day violence. Days of brutal communal conflict saw thousands perish in Calcutta as troops fought to restore order. The violence ignited further disturbances in East Bengal and mass violence against Muslims in Bihar later that year, followed by another massacre at Garmuxwar. Tucker's narrative is a ground-level view of order breaking down and the immense pressure on the Indian Army.